The Milwaukee Bucks just lost a game against the Washington Wizards tonight by a score of 101-94, which lowers their record to now 4-6 on the season with back-to-back losses. Last game losing to the New York Knicks after blowing a 21-point lead early in the first half, which has led a lot of skeptical people to think this team might not have what it takes to repeat a championship this year. And while it is early on in the season, as a Bucks fan, this is a little worrying to see. We know last year the Heat and the Lakers both struggled with injuries very majorly after a short offseason and after coming off of finals runs. And while we are not as short of an offseason, it was still fairly short compared to historically how long the offseasons were. And the Milwaukee Bucks have struggled to keep players on the court. We've lost many players throughout the season so far. Jrue Holiday missed multiple games. Brook Lopez has now missed 8 games straight with back soreness that has not been elaborated much throughout the season still. The players such as Chris Middleton out due to COVID. We've had Bobby Portis, he missed the first couple of games. Dante DiVincenzo's been out a few games. Giannis even missed a game or so. We just have not been able to keep a consistent, healthy lineup on the court. And I think obviously that's probably the biggest reason for the struggles. But there are other multiple reasons and problems with the roster they have built that is making them struggle so much. The main reason behind their struggles, in my opinion, is the injury of Brook Lopez. Brook Lopez was really the only true center on this team, if you really think about it. Giannis can play center, but we prefer to run him at power forward. We've had to run him at center most of the year now. Bobby Portis is nowhere near a real center. He's almost exclusively a power forward and arguably even closer to a small forward than center. And other than that, everyone else is a wing player or a small forward. We have no other centers or people tall that can play center on the roster. And I think the first way we can fix this beginning of the season drought is by addressing that issue and going out there and maybe trading or signing a center just for the moment, at least, to play in place of Brook Lopez. I see a lot of people throwing the name of Robin Lopez out there because I believe he's in Orlando, kind of just sitting there, not doing anything. But we'll just have to see how they go with that. I figured we'd look at these highlights kind of as a background as we speak and just examine some of the plays that the Bucks are running because obviously they're my favorite team, so I would like them to do better, but I can't always get what you want. We did lose to the Wizards, as I stated, so we are 4-6 now. We're not top in the East, but we're not too bad. So far, our situation can easily be mended. It's very early in the season, only 10 games in, and I do think that we will be able to get back on track. It's just a matter of when and how we do so. A couple of pickups that have been great for us this season. George Hill has been outstanding for us. He's played just exactly how we need him to. That veteran presence he brings is amazing. As we all know, Grayson Hill, as you see right here with the and one, he's been great this year. With the extension of him, it kind of makes me wonder if they're looking to trade Dante DiVincenzo, which would be interesting, considering they extended Allen but not DiVincenzo. I think maybe they're looking just to see how DiVincenzo plays when he comes back, and they'll see what they do from there. But we do know Grayson Allen's been a bucket this year. Jordan Noir, as everybody knows, we expected him to be good if you're a Bucks fan, and he has lived up to that hype. He obviously is great offensively. Everything else, he's a little questionable. But as expected, he's not a rim protector like we need. But he is playing well offensively, shooting and stuff like that. And our last real new contributor to this team is Justin Robinson, who's been playing decent for a guy that is on a two-way contract and is likely to use up all of his games on that contract while these injuries play out. I think once we get the healthy players back, he probably doesn't get as much playing time and may end up being in the G League for a prolonged amount of time. But I'm happy to see him right now get some playing time and actually be able to get some quality minutes and show that he can hoop out there. As we see here, Jordan Noir, decent defense there, but nothing's going to stop Bradley Beal like that. This Bucks team just doesn't have that shot blocker that we needed. I mean, Giannis can block shots like crazy, but he's only one man. Other than Giannis, you have to think, where is the shot blocking and rebounding coming from? I've seen so many consistent plays this year so far where we've had point guards guarding the opposing team's center, and that's just something you don't want to happen consistently. We've had guys like Pat Connaughton have to match up with centers on opposing teams like Karl Anthony Towns, and they're just going to feast on him every time. And even Bobby Portis to an extent. Regular centers that aren't mobile, that are going to back you down and just bruise you like that, or even have mobility and are able to kind of just move around you like that, are just going to go straight through Bobby Portis. He is not a center, and he just has not been that guy that we needed on defense this year, which we didn't expect him to, but we kind of need him to now. Like I said, I just hope sooner or later Brook Lopez comes back, or we find a way to get a new center on the roster, whether that's through free agency or not. We do have Simi Ojala, who could possibly be considered a center. He's really more of a power forward, small forward, but he is absolutely garbage if you guys look at the statistics and the way he plays. I know at one point early in the season he was 0 for 10 from three-pointers. I don't know if he's hit one yet. I personally haven't seen him make one, and I don't think he's really going to improve on that anytime soon. He has struggled getting into this offense, and while his defense has been quality, his rebounding just isn't nearly enough to get us over the hump on the center position. And now we have the rest of the second half just to see where they went wrong. Exactly my point there. We have Grayson Allen attempting to be the help defense on a cutting center, which is never going to be good. Right there, that's great defense by Drew. Not much you can do there. It's still a tight game, though, in this. Giannis is playing like Giannis, as he always does. Drew Holiday's been solid. Grayson Allen's playing good. They're playing great as a team. It's just when you have no backup centers, really, you're going to struggle eventually down the stretch. And here you see they realize that immediately. They just go straight to the pick and roll. Everybody backs out. Kyle Kuzma, Bradley Beal tells Kyle Kuzma to get out of there, and Daniel Gafford just goes to work on Simi Ojala. There's nothing you can do to stop that as the Milwaukee Bucks defense until you get another center on the roster. Chase down rebounds, defensive, offensive rebounds is something that we were so good at last year, and it's just so far this year something that has killed us offensively and defensively. We have not been able to stop post play, and we have not been able to stop the other team from getting rebounds. I believe that Giannis is still playing just as great as he always does, despite some narrative saying he's not carrying us like he should. I mean, I don't know how much you can expect him to really carry a team that's playing like they are right now. And as you see, just like that, they pulled away from us with a little shimmy there from Montrezl Harrell. Aaron Holiday actually being guarded by his brother at the moment. I didn't notice that. So hopefully, as a Milwaukee Bucks fan, they'll be able to kind of get back on track. And if I had to figure out a way to fix the way this team is playing, I would have to go with signing or trading for a new player. Unfortunately, I don't know what the screen's doing right there. Unfortunately, we don't have any draft capital or really any prospects to trade for a center or a guy that we can just kind of be a placement holder for us. The only ideas that really came to mind for me, and I saw a few people suggest these type of trades, guys like Robin Lopez, Gorgie Dang, just somebody that can semi-shoot, can somewhat spread a mid-range, get a mid-range shot down and spread the floor, and can at least rebound and get you a couple blocks a game. That's really all we need right now. And I think once we get Brook Lopez back, it'll be a lot better for us. Because, I mean, we did win the first game of the year against the Nets when we had Brook Lopez, and we didn't struggle this bad rebounding-wise. So I believe once everybody gets back healthy, once we have Chris Middleton, once we have Brook Lopez back, we'll be better. I think we still need to get a center off the bench rather than Bobby Portis, and hopefully they still address that. But I would not be surprised if they just try to go throughout the season without addressing that center issue. And it could come back to bite us in the butt later in the season. But as we know, Bradley Beal, ice in his veins, Mr. loses the ball, but it doesn't really cost him that much in the end. We end up losing 101-94. And I hope the Bucks will be able to get back on track. let me know what you guys think in the comments down below about our season so far. I know we've struggled. I know it's been a bad, disappointing start to the season for a lot of Bucks fans, but I think we can get back on track. And hopefully our guys can just get healthy and work to get back on the court. I hope they come out with some news for Brook Lopez soon, telling us kind of how serious the issue is, because it really started out just being a minor issue, and now he's kind of been out for 8 games in a row, which is a little worrying to me and other fans. So hopefully that he'll be back on the court in a couple weeks at least. Hopefully much sooner than that. I'm hoping this Bucks team can be able to get their offense going, get their defense going, and let me know if you guys think we can do that. I know we got a lot of haters out there that don't want to see us repeat, particularly Brooklyn Nets fans, people like that. So make sure to hit that like button if you think we can win the championship. And if you think we can't, hit the like button too. I'll appreciate it just as much. Thank you guys for watching this video. Make sure to hit the subscribe button so you know every time I post a video. It helps me out by letting me know what you guys enjoy. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Follow the link in the description down below so you get to my Instagram. Thank you guys so much, and adios.